Attorney General Jeff Sessions Jeff Beauregard Sessions until leaders collusion still open part of investigation. Republicans jockey for position on immigration. Biden to Alabama. No more extremist senators more tangled with Democrats Wednesday over his immigration policies, his involvement in the firing of FBI Director James Comey, and whether he's being looked at in the special counsel's investigation of Russian election interference. The oversight hearing for the Department of Justice marked the first time Sessions has appeared before the Senate Judiciary Committee since taking office in February. Sessions said he didn't recall being asked to provide an interview with the special counsel. Later, during Sen. Richard Blumenthal's line of questioning, Sessions said his staff had passed him a note affirming he has not been asked for an interview at this point. Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Ernest Grassley. Republicans jockey for position on immigration. House clears bill to combat crimes against elderly. Grassley. DACA deal wouldn't need border wall funding more. Iowa noted that members had complained the hearing had not happened sooner, but said he wanted to give Sessions time to hire his staff. With Sessions finally in the hot seat, Sen. Dick Durbin. Richard Dick Joseph Durbin and proposal picks up GOP support. Durbin: I had nothing to do with Curbelo snub. Republicans jockey for position on immigration. More Dill jumped at the chance to hammer him on his decision to pull federal funding from so-called sanctuary cities such as Chicago that are refusing to comply with federal immigration officials. Sen. L. Frankenall now Stuart Franken. Hills 1230 report. The Hills 1230 report. John Oliver rips a Time Warner merger. More DMINN, meanwhile, went head-to-head with Sessions over whether he willingly misled the committee during his confirmation hearing when he claimed he had never met or communicated with Russian officials during the campaign. Media reports following that hearing revealed that Sessions met with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak while he was a campaign surrogate for Trump. First it was I did not have communications with Russians, which is not true, Franken said Wednesday. Then it was I never met with any Russians to discuss any political campaign, which may or may not be true. Now it's, I did not discuss interference in the campaign, which further narrows your initial blanket denial of meeting with the Russians. What, in your view, constitutes issues of the campaign? Sessions fired back. Let me just say this without hesitation that I conducted no improper discussions with Russians at any time regarding a campaign or any other item facing this country, he said. I want to say that first. That's been the suggestion that you've raised and others, that somehow we had conversations that were improper. When Franken tried to interject, Sessions cut him off. No. You had a long time, Sen. Franken. I would like to respond, he said. Sessions said he responded to Franken's questions during his confirmation hearing in good faith. Grassley was ultimately forced to step in when the two started squabbling over how much time they were given to ask and respond to questions. He took more than 3 minutes, Franken said in protests. Well, I didn't take as much time as Sen. Franken took. Sessions fired back. Hey, let me just deal with Sen. Franken, Grassley said. Republicans on the committee, meanwhile, commended Sessions for a job well done. You have a tough job to do at the Department of Justice after 8 years of mismanagement, where I think the American people lost confidence in the department's ability to do things in a non-political fashion. Senate Majority Whip John Cornyn proposal picks up GOP support. House bill set to reignite debate on warrantless surveillance. Republicans jockey for position on immigration. More Texas said, I know you are the man to help restore the reputation of the department. Keep up the good work. Here are some other highlights from the hearing. Executive privilege. Several Democrats expressed frustration with Sessions' refusal to answer questions about his private conversations with President Trump over the firing of FBI Director James Comey. Sessions said it is established that the president is entitled to have private conversations with his cabinet officials. He said he couldn't waive the president's right to executive privilege. Sen. Sheldon Whitehouse Dem Senator. How many lives must be lost before we act? Sen. Manchin won't vote for Trump's mine safety nominee. Overnight regulation. SEC chief grilled over hack. Dems urge labor chief to keep Obama over time rule. Russia threatens Facebook over data storage. More. Dr. I pushed Sessions on that claim. Reading from an order on executive privilege signed by Ronald Reagan, White House said the Attorney General has the authority to determine on his own that executive privilege shall not be invoked. Well, the Attorney General does not have the power to invoke it, period. Only the President can, Sessions said, but White House said the Attorney General has the power to allow questions to be answered and documents released. You can make that determination under paragraph 3, correct? I'm not sure about that, Sessions said. I don't think so. Okay, I'm reading aloud, White House quipped. LGBTQ rights. Sessions was repeatedly pressed on whether the department's Civil Rights Division will protect LGBTQ people from discrimination, following newly released agency guidance on protecting religious liberty that civil rights groups claim paves the way for discrimination against LGBTQ people. Sessions dodged a line of questioning from Durbin about what's covered by the guidance. Durbin asked if a Social Security Administration employee could refuse to accept or process spousal or survival benefits paperwork for the surviving spouse of a same-sex couple. That's something I never thought would arise, Sessions said. I would have to give you a written answer, if you don't mind. Could a federal contractor refuse to provide services to LGBTQ people, including in emergencies, without risk of losing federal contracts? Durbin asked. Sessions said he wasn't sure that was covered by the guidance, but would look into it. Prosecuting journalist. Sessions refused to make a blanket commitment against jailing journalists when Sen. Amy Jean Klobuchar Facebook shift strategy under lawmaker pressure. Competition law has no place raising prices some say are too low. CNN to host town hall featuring Nancy Pelosi. More DMINN asked if he could pledge not to put reporters in jail for doing their job. Well, I don't know that I can make a blanket commitment to that effect. But I will say this, we have not taken any aggressive action against the media at this point, Sessions said, but we have matters that involve the most serious national security issues that put our country at risk, and we will utilize the authorities that we have legally and constitutionally if we have to. Earlier this year, the New York Times reported that Trump repeatedly asked Comey to consider jailing reporters who publish leaked classified information. Mallory Shelburne contributed to this report.